वो दिन कितने प्यारे थे, ये दिन भी कितने प्यारे हैं। तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे, तब बाबा साथ हमारे थे। बाबा अब भी साथ हमारे हैं।
और इस नए वर्ष का सदा अमृत वेले ये स्लोगन इमर्ज करना कि सदा उमंग उत्साह में उड़ना है और दूसरों को भी उड़ाना और बीच बीच में चेक करना ऐसे नहीं अमृत वेले मर्ज करो और फिर सारा दिन मर्ज कर दो। फिर रात को सोचो कि आज का दिन तो ऐसा ही रहा, लेकिन नहीं, बीच बीच में चेक करो, इमर्ज करो कि उमंग उत्साह के बजाय कोई और रास्ते पर तो नहीं चले गए। उड़ती कला के बजाय कोई और कला तो अपने तरफ आकर्षित नहीं किया। चारों ओर के नव जीवन अनुभव करने वाले सर्व ब्रह्मांड बच्चों को सदा नवयुग के आधार मूर्त श्रेष्ठ आत्माओं को सदा संकल्प बोल और कर्म द्वारा महदानी वरदानी आत्माओं को सदा स्वयं की स्थिति द्वारा औरों के परिस्थिति को भी सहज बनाने वाले समृद्ध आत्माओं को सदा समीप आत्माओं को सदा एक नामी और एकानामी करने वाली पाप समान समीप आत्माओं को बाप दादा का याद प्यार और नमस्ते। बच्चे, मैं आपके सदा साथ हूँ।
Om Shanti. The Lord is pleased with an honest heart, seated on God's heart throne. Service done with a true heart. Service done with a true heart gives you the experience of happiness and power. The Lord is pleased with a true heart when you become an unlimited server and serve the treasure of attainment you have received generously with a big heart. The fruit of love for service is that obstacles are automatically destroyed. You do not have to give any time to remove those obstacles. Children with an honest heart easily experience the Father's company in all three forms: corporeal, subtle, and incorporeal, because the Lord is pleased with them. The Lord is pleased with an honest heart. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Avyakti Parivar. Today is day 3. The Lord is pleased with an honest heart, seated on God's heart throne. Today's topic is service done with a true heart. Now let's listen to our sweet beloved Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti, everyone. So, Shanti went to the airport to Delhi. In Delhi this morning. Tonight we leave for New York. Lovely to meet the family from everywhere. Baba is really amazing. If we listen carefully, every word which Baba speaks has some deep meaning. Every time we hear same words, but you could feel the different meaning. Today Baba said, newness is when it's elevated, not ordinary. When you become bestower, you give blessings, then your day, whatever you did was not ordinary, was elevated. And then Baba said that newness is also, let's say, I have progressed in a virtue or anything, whatever I am doing, will help other souls to help them to pass through the circumstances or inspire them. So, how my newness, my progress automatically serves others, make everything easy for others. You know how at every step we progress, we are able to serve. So, should we pay attention to service or to the self? Sometimes we say balance. It's not really balance, it's 100%. Self transformation and progress, if it's 100%, then automatically service is happening, right? So I feel it's very, very important to focus on the self. And then also, such a dil in Hindi. And such here could have two meanings: truth and honesty. So, to be honest, I have to be truthful. Right? Now, truth is my in personal life. And honesty is more in relationships, in dealing with, like in business, in task, with the time, money. So, truth and honesty, we have two meanings. Even we use two different words, but basically, when Baba says true heart, so it's truth and honesty both. Mm. So, Baba is saying, how do I know I'm serving with true heart? Said by experiencing happiness and power. If I am tired, I get irritated, I'm not very happy, it's not true service. That means you are not serving from your attainments. It's only intellectually with desire of seeing the success of service. But Baba said, you should be generous, you should be very kind, and keep serving the souls. Share from your attainments. And when you serve in a from true heart, obstacles will be removed. So when obstacles are removed, you don't have to spend time. But also, as Master is pleased, Baba will give company as incorporeal, as angelic, and in the corporeal. Mm. In all three forms, Baba will give company. I'm still kind of thinking about it. And I would suggest that we all try to experience it during day. When did I experience incorporeal company, and what was that experience like? So today, our homework is really to experience Baba's company in all three forms. And then we share our experience. Right. Okay. Om Shanti. Om Shanti, everyone. Om Shanti.
The Lord is pleased with an honest heart, seated on God's heart throne. Service done with a true heart, service done with a true heart, gives you the experience of happiness and power. The Lord is pleased with a true heart when you become an unlimited server and serve the treasure of attainment you have received generously with a big heart. The fruit of love for service is that obstacles are automatically destroyed. You do not have to give any time to remove those obstacles. Children with an honest heart easily experience the Father's company in all three forms: corporeal, subtle, and incorporeal, because the Lord is pleased with them. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti Avakti Parivar. So before we start our Avakti journey and invite two angels, I would like to just go through tomorrow's program. Tomorrow is Sunday, so we'll start with Amrit Vela 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. And then 6 o'clock meditation will start, followed by Sakar Hindi Murli, followed by meditation, Bhog offering, English Avik Murli until 9:30, and evening 6 p.m. meditation will start, followed by Spotlight Drishti sharing, Hindi series, English series, and homework Avakti journey. So now let's start our Avakti journey. Welcome to Avakti journey. An honest heart loves to chant. So I'd like to invite our two angels, Sister Shireen and Sister Wadi. Welcome.
Om Shanti, everyone. Om Shanti, Wadi Ben. Om Shanti,
Hello,
Didi.
Shireen Ben. On behalf of both of us, just wishing Didi and all her companions a very safe and easy journey back to the US. We're looking forward to welcoming you. Travel safely. Yeah.
You know, I was thinking of what Didi was sharing. It was short and powerful. She was sharing that such, which can be translated as truth or as honesty, and how honesty is truth in action, especially truth in action in relationships, in time, in money. And I thought that was powerful, that truth really, that when you're taking it very personally, like truth, when you take personally, is honesty. And I was thinking about what Baba said in the signals about generosity, that we should serve generously. So I've been thinking about that actually, that there are overlapping things between generosity and honesty. And so one of the things that Didi alluded to was this whole idea of using time in the right way. I feel it's generous and honest to use time in the right way, because Baba gave us the time, and, you know, it's Baba's time, it's not our time. And the other one was, I was thinking was, I actually came up with five. I don't know if I'll remember all five, but the other one was both, it's to do with both honesty and generosity, is not to make big things, like not to
Small
make
thing.
small things big. Like, everything, make everything small. That is really an honest heart and a generous heart, just to make everything small. And the third one was to give respect to everyone. I was
Yeah.
thinking, without honesty and generosity, you really can't give respect to everyone. And the fourth one was that when people meet me, I should have this aim that they should receive something of value. And that would also include that either soul should be having both a generous heart and an honest heart for that to happen, if people have to receive something of value from me. And the last one was what she was sharing, is how we should share from our attainments, that when I bring newness, then everyone benefits. And for newness to really happen, and for me to share my attainments, then there has to be honesty and generosity.
Mm. Yeah, that one too, of serving from your attainments and not allowing something to come in between that prevents your attainments from serving, or this thing of you're serving from your stage. And I was remembering Didi sharing a story once. It was to do with Daddy Janki, I think, and Daddy Gulzar was part of the equation as well. And it was a situation where some people were presenting a difficulty or whatever. And so they were in Delhi, and it was like a group. And in essence, what ultimately resulted in the group being okay and even having Brahma Bhojan and so on and so forth, were the daddies, and the two qualities that Didi had mentioned was wisdom and innocence. It was, whereas the others couldn't do anything with the group, but when Daddy Janki was there, and I think Daddy Gulzar too, and so it was the internal quality of wisdom and the external quality of innocence, and how that melted the people who were in opposition. And I like that a lot. And so in essence, it's totally a case of serving from your stage. And
Right.
Another story that came to mind was of someone who had written complaints for a fairly young sister. And so she went in front of Daddy, and Daddy asked her to read the letter to her. And she read the letter, and Daddy cautioned her that if you allow yourself to be affected by this, you will not be able to share what Baba has given you. That
Right.
would be an obstruction in the attainments coming through. And then what I would be curious to hear from you too, this thing, and I'm certainly going to be thinking about it, that Didi suggested, of the experience of Baba when you're involved in service in terms of the corporeal, the incorporeal, and the avyakt. And so even on the basis of like whatever service was done today, and seeing it maybe in a light way, but there has often been that experience of where you may not consciously be remembering Baba, you're just doing. And then all of a sudden there's like this energy that just descends upon you and almost takes your breath away. Or sometimes even where that little point of light will just suddenly appear, the incorporeal. And sometimes the question, is it Baba? Is it a reflection of my own soul? What is it? And then what was suggested that the corporeal thing is like, okay, what would Brahma Baba have done? And for us, because we saw the daddies, what would Daddy Janki do, or what would Daddy Kamarka do? And so that's a practical thing. But then this subtle thing, because I like that idea a lot of that everything is like has one manifestation in the corporeal form, but there's always the subtle links and connections, and I'm always curious to try and understand, how that works. And I guess another word for it, really very simply for me, would be magic. And so it's like Baba is there in a magical form. His energy is working. And I don't know what is your experience of the three things?
I agree with you about this energy. You're doing something and you suddenly feel Baba's presence. And for me, lately, it's always been this feeling of a very avyakt presence. And not just Baba, but like even the Dadis, that there is an avyakt presence. And one time recently, it was almost like my wings were furling, and I could feel Baba's presence, and I could feel that, Baba is giving me these wings now. Of course, wings of zeal and enthusiasm and all of those things. But that was the image that came. And it's always so intoxicating. It's always so intoxicating to feel, even if it is something very simple that we are doing, and I feel, the Dadis are here or Baba is here, and it feels like an avyakt presence mostly. And it just feels like, everything feels very light. That, it doesn't, it's okay, whatever it is, it feels light, and it feels like that I have to enjoy the moment and just be here, be now, and, not think, because I could totally overthink things. And so those experiences have really helped me just be present.
And
Go ahead. And this thing of that, like in the Bible, it says, "No, for whom much is given, much is expected." I'm not thinking about the expectation of all of these things,
yes.
but just the feeling of just being here, being now, enjoying everything. And I wondered why it took me this long.
Oh. And just appreciating that thing of, service, and how that, maybe when we first start service, it's a feeling that, oh, I'm doing something good. This is my mission. I'm helping humanity and all the rest of it. But then you realize the service is transforming you. It's like one of those tools that Baba has given us. And so always that concern, and as far as possible, to find something of service for each and every soul that's connected to you.
Yes. And also purpose. I was so thankful to Baba for giving me purpose in life, because that's something I really wanted before Baba. And to help people find it, not because I'm doing something great for someone.
Right, exactly.
But because, sharing with generously, this is what Baba can actually give souls.
Yeah. Yeah. What was that thing that Didi was saying about, and I don't know, remember it was in the Hindi thing or the English one, but that Baba told her whatever it was she'd done. She had given gyan or something to somebody, and the person hadn't shown up. And Baba told her that was for you to practice. And so that it's really, sometimes we think the erroneous thing that we think we're doing students or public, we're gifting them, but in a kind of a way, they're certainly not thinking they're maybe a little better than us. They're not thinking they're gifting us anything, but in the kind of a way they are, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are, just by being present, they are really giving us so much.
We get to practice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maribel.
Right. And you too, Shri. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Let's remember Baba for a couple of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Om Shanti, everyone.
Om Shanti, sis.
The Lord is pleased with an honest heart, seated on God's heart throne. Service done with a true heart. Service done with a true heart gives you the experience of happiness and power. The Lord is pleased with a true heart when you become an unlimited server and serve the treasure of attainment you have received generously with a big heart. The fruit of love for service is that obstacles are automatically destroyed. You do not have to give any time to remove those obstacles. Children with an honest heart easily experience the Father's company in all three forms: corporeal, subtle, and incorporeal, because the Lord is pleased with them.
सच्चे दिल पर साहब राजी, सच्चे दिल की सेवा, सच्चे दिल की सेवा स्वयं में खुशी और शक्ति का अनुभव कराती है। सच्चे दिल पर साहब राजी तब होता है जब बेहद सेवाधारी बन फ्राग दिल, उदार चित्त होकर प्राप्ति के खजानों को बांटते हैं। सेवा की लगन का फल विघ्न सहज ही विनाश हो जाते हैं। विघ्नों को हटाने में समय नहीं देना पड़ता। सच्चे दिल वाले बच्चे सहज ही साकार, आकार, निराकार तीनों रूपों में बाप के साथ का अनुभव करते हैं, क्योंकि उन पर साहब राजी रहता है।